Hi there. Whether this video blessed your algorithm or you searched up Emily the Strange not knowing who the hell Emily the Strange is, welcome either way. I noticed most of the videos on YouTube on Emily the Strange are like 14-plus-year-old Windows Movie Maker slideshows, like either songs from like the Birthday Massacre playing in the background or like some song from a semi-popular metal band like Linkin Park or something. And I thought I should probably make an informative video on Emily the Strange because I'm fucking deranged and she's been one of my favorite characters for like a decade. So let's get into this, shall we? Emily the Strange is a fictional character originally designed by Nathan Carrico in 1991 for Santa Cruz Skateboards. Rob Rager and his company Cosmic Debris gained permission to use Emily and over time fleshed out her character in comics published by Dark Horse Comics, novels published by HarperCollins, which were written in a diary format pretty similar to the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books by Jeff Kinney. For many people, though, I'm sure you haven't found out about Emily through the comics or novels published. You most likely came into contact with her either through something online or like a piece of merchandise. So, before Invader Zim came out, and before Gurr was Hot Topic's mascot or poster child, Emily the Strange basically had that position. T-shirts, posters, backpacks, keychains, dolls and figures, calendars, stickers. Those are just a few pieces of merchandise that were either made for or sold at Hot Topic in the 90s to early 2000s. Today, Emily still has stuff sold at Hot Topic, but definitely not as much as she once did. She became less and less popular as the 2000s came to a close, being overtaken by Gurr, and I feel like part of that might have been because of a controversy that happened over her character's origin. In around 2008, maybe 2009, Marjorie Sharmat and Mark Simon, the creators behind the character named Rosamund from a book series called Nate the Great from the 70s, allegedly started to contact companies who worked with Cosmic Debris and tried to urge them to drop connections because they felt their character was too similar to Emily. So in turn, Cosmic Debris decided to sue them with the counter-argument that Emily and Rosamund both took inspiration from characters like Vampira and Wednesday Addams. Sharmat and Simon countersued, but according to a blog post made on August 12, 2009, Cosmic Debris, Marjorie Sharmat, and Mark Simon announced an agreement and both cases have been dropped. In the same blog post, Marjorie and Mark were quoted as saying, "We recognize that Emily and Rosamund are both unique and original characters, and we are pleased that we were able to resolve this dispute. We wish Rob, Cosmic Debris, Emily, and her fans all the very best." Rob Rager was quoted as responding with, "We are very glad to be able to put our differences behind us and to focus on the future. Emily and we wish Marjorie and Mark great continued success with Nate the Great." Personally, I feel like this particular image that was used in the case was obviously a reference to Rosamund, as Cosmic Debris references many things with Emily the Strange. For example, there's a sticker that they created with Emily in reference to the hip-hop group Public Enemy, and another referencing a punk band named Minor Threat. But anyways, this controversy had a relatively small impact on Emily's future and reputation, which I'll be talking about in the next section. I think it's fair to say that Emily the Strange has had a relatively good reputation for the 30-plus years that she's been around for, and of course, with a good reputation comes brands wanting to collaborate with you. Some of the brands I can name off the top of my head are Why Are You, which came out with a couple of different shoes, the Ashton Drake Galleries, MemoBot, which are like these little USB stick things. I think they're pretty rare now. Bear Brick, Manic Panic, which came out with hair dye, hair extensions, and I think like nail polish. And unfortunately, Dolls Kill. I'll be honest, I couldn't really think of a way to properly end off this video, so I thought for the last section, along with the outro, I would include kind of like a lightning round of stuff that I couldn't exactly fit into the video, but stuff I still thought was interesting enough to be worth mentioning. Starting off strong, Emily the Strange had her own DS game, which is really hard to come across now for a decent price, like most DS games now. Second off, Emily's included on this program called Tooncast, which is like 3D Go Animate. There's downloads available for it online, but they seem like really shady and probably not a good idea to try seeking these out for yourself or downloading them unless you have a virtual machine. There's around 4 stores that were opened in Athens, Hong Kong, Thailand, and Taiwan. I'm not actually sure if they're still open to this day because there's a chance they could have been pop-up stores, and I haven't really been able to find information on them. Last off, Toynami, a company that was manufacturing a lot of Emily plushies and figurines in the early 2000s, recently started to reproduce some of their old Emily stuff because I presume they got the license back, and they've been being sold at Hot Topic for the past couple of years. Oh, that is a loaf right there. Look at that loaf of cat.